Mr. Eastman, I have some paperwork to turn in.
To give me?
Yes.
Alright.
I'll need it date stamped.
Okay.
So one copy will be for you and one copy will be for me.
Gotcha.
This paperwork is in regards to my sentencing, my jail records, the time I spent in jail for the disorderly conduct at McDonald's.
Let's see if I can find your dates map here.
Judge Carter had mentioned that he didn't have the paperwork to reflect my jail time, as well as this is my complaint to Madison. So while you're here, I have some questions for you, and it's in regards to my sentencing.
Yeah?
I looked up the statute for the city ordinance of disorderly conduct, miscellaneous, or if you want to call it a misdemeanor charge, 11.947.01, and it states 2 days in jail maximum. Now, Judge Carter sentenced me to 5 days in jail. Also, I am addressing the issue that I spent 2 days in jail when I was arrested for it. Now, this goes back to when all that information was suppressed because it's irrelevant, and now it is very relevant that I spent 2 days in jail for being supposedly disorderly at McDonald's. So I'm kindly asking you to work with Judge Carter and address those issues and sentence me to according to what the statutes say.
Well, I can't work with Carter. I mean, if you want to raise that, you would want to raise it with him.
And I have. I
assume-
raised it continuously throughout the trial, and you know that.
And I assume that that's part of what you're writing him about now.
Absolutely, as well as I'm
So-
complaining.
Because there's not much I can do about the sentencing. You'd have to raise that with the judge.
I did, and you sat there in court and didn't say anything when Judge Carter said 5 days in jail, and you didn't say anything when Judge Carter said, I don't have any of the police reports, etc., jail records, and I know that I provided them to you as well as Judge Carter. So I'm asking Judge Carter to address the sentencing accordingly. It's 2 days in jail, and I spent 2 days in jail.
I'm not aware of any 2-day jail requirement specific to disorderly conduct. I'm aware of a different statutory provision in the state statute which says that you compute the alternate jail penalty by dividing the amount that's owed by 50. And that's where he arrived at the 5-day requirement.
So you're telling me
So-
that if I look up the statute, it says 2 days maximum, somehow that turns into 5 days?
I don't know what you're talking about as far as a 2-day maximum. I mean, I'd have to look at the ordinance. I don't know, I'm not aware of anything in our code of ordinances that says anything about 2-day
Well then,
an alternate penalty for a forfeiture being imposed. I don't know of any ordinance we've got that says that's limited to 2 days.
have you looked up the penalty for that ordinance violation, I guess is what I'm getting at, because I have.
I haven't looked at it recently, but I'm not aware of any penalty provision in our ordinance which limits the alternate penalty for forfeiture amount
Well,
to only 2 days. There could be something else in there about a 2-day jail time, but I'm not aware of anything specific to if you don't pay a forfeiture by the time prescribed by the court, it reduces the alternate penalty from whatever it would normally be to 2 days. There are different things where jail is assigned for different reasons.
would you look up the statute for the ordinance violation to find out exactly what the penalty is? And would you be so kind to email not only myself, but Judge Carter, because my understanding, it's 2 days. So,
I mean, I'll definitely look up at the ordinance, but I mean, as far as, you really need to raise that with the judge.
and I did continuously,
So-
and you know that.
You need to, this 2-day issue is new. You just came here for the first time today and mentioned the 2-day issue. You need to raise that with the judge.
I did raise it with the judge in court.
You never said that section 11.947.01 has some kind of 2-day jail limitation on it.
Well, then we have a misunderstanding, because I did address that issue. And I also wrote it in writing to you in an email form, as well as I provided a copy of that to you in court, stating that. I provided that to Judge Carter as well as you, that the statute states 2 days, and that
You may have provided that by email, but you never mentioned that in court.
I did.
But my point is, you've got to raise that with the court, because the court is the only entity that can do anything about that at this time. There's nothing I can do about that. The sentence has already been made. There are ways that you can raise that as an issue. I'm not your attorney, so I can't give you legal advice on what those are. And I'll take a look at the ordinance, but you really need to raise that with the court, is what I'm telling you.
Well, could you email me the ordinance and let's clarify exactly what...
I'm not going to get into a legal argument with you on issues that have already been
I'm just
decided.
asking you...
You have to raise this issue with the court.
And I did. I'm asking you if you've looked at it, and when you do look at it...
This is the first time you've raised it, so obviously I haven't looked at it, Mr. Lowe.
Okay. Will you look at it, and will you email me that?
No.
Okay.
I'll take a look at the ordinance to make sure the court didn't do something incorrect, but I don't think it has, because I'm not aware of any ordinance that has any effect whatsoever on the alternate penalty that's established for when you fail to pay a forfeiture amount.
I understand that.
And I'm not your attorney.
I
I'm not
understand
going to
that.
write you an email that gives you a whole bunch of legal advice, because I can't do
No,
that.
I'm asking you to just email me that statute, and I'll read it myself. Because when I read it, I know what it reads to me. So if you could research it...
No, I'm not researching for you. If you want answers to the questions that you are raising, you need to retain your own attorney. I'm not your attorney. I can't give you legal advice.
It's not legal advice.
Well, that's your opinion.
It is basically stating what is the statute and what is the ordinance violation state for that penalty.
And that's not
all it
legal
is.
advice?
No, it's not.
That's not telling you
No,
what
it's
the
not
law
telling
is,
me
how it
anything.
becomes-
It's passing
We're
along
done talking,
information.
Mr. Lowe. Have a good day.
You too.
I have no obligation to speak with you.
All right. Have a great day.